Hey guys, what's going on? We're looking at Virgin Galactic right now, guys. I'm in here still. I'm in some puts. I'm in the $33 February 21st. It's expiring today. $33 puts. Um, Looking at the sell-off, had a head and shoulders. I just kind of drew that on there, guys. But what I was looking at is the daily RSI was over double top on the RSI, which really isn't just a big thing, but we run into that the same level of RSI resistance, which I do look at the RSI, and the sell-off was coming. We had the first look of a doji, but then everybody ran. We ran it back up past even the highs and got a spinning top or whatever you want to call it, but it's a reversal candle and got the sell-off today. We're down 381, and I feel we're going lower. 3350 is on the lower time frames is a level of support, and we've broken that. That was, I think, that's a pre-market low, guys. So I'm looking at the sell-off to carry over, uh, and I'm staying short through the weekend. If we bounce a little bit later today, I may look for a re-entry into further weakness because we're going into earnings next week. I want to have money on the sideline in case we sell off even further and we hop off and find a bottom because I'm long term bullish, but the sell off had to come and I needed to see it, and it's happening. So I'll probably buy warrants on hop back into the warrants on space. Let's see what they're trading at. 2050 down $3. And if they keep going, get below 20 is always a good entry, even 15. So that's the warrants now. With space, I don't know where, you can't predict where it's going to go. But 3056 was yesterday's low. So that's where support is. I'm trying to see if we can get down there. You know, uh, I'm also I hopped into some Groupon calls, man. Yeah, there we go. These Groupon calls, they were 20 cents. I got in at 19. I got into the $1.50 February 28 $1.50 calls, and it's up to 165. It was worth the gamble because the delta was like 69. Let's see, where are we? The $1.50. Yeah, delta is 74 now. Only 770 in there, but I mean, there's no reason for me to even go out of the money for that unless they were at. I just wanted to get something that was gonna capture some of that move. And guys, I'm also in Ford. I got some cheap puts on Ford several days ago at around $8.11. It moves slowly, and Ford is going through a lot of pressure. Big sell-off, and then continuation of a downtrend. Uh, it was in the trading range over the last several months. Popped, fell off. I don't know if Ford and the news probably isn't good. The courts is February 5th on that one. Settlement, but let's see. Market chatter. Anyway, Ford is struggling a little bit, so it was worth. I got into the February 28th, $7.50 puts for 2 cents. So, hey, it was worth a shot on that one. I'm in all state long. Um, it's going slow. I like the setup. It just needed to pull back, which is done. It's finding support. Uh, I see a bull flag possibility on the long. I mean, not on the long, on the daily. RSI is in line below 70, and a nice run on that so far. And I think that's about it, guys. Let's see what else here before I get off and let you get back to it. So we have Groupon Space, ALL, and everybody talks about, oh, why you're in space, this and that, blah blah blah. Hey, it's a mover. Uh, there's liquidity. It's volatile, and it'll make the options bounce. I mean, now the options in space. The thing about that, the IV is unreal. So it's gonna take a little bit of a stronger move to really rock the boat. But I hopped in. I'm with it. I have to deal with it. So I'm looking for a further sell off. Hopefully we get it, and I'll follow it throughout the day and try to make a decision if I'm getting that. I don't have much time to do that. I don't like coming down to expiration Friday, but that's what I did. So let's see. Okay, one more. Microsoft. Microsoft's pulled back. I've been waiting for that pullback. It's been kind of, there we go. Oh, this is going to be a good setup, guys. Put Microsoft on your watch list. Now, there's a gap that could possibly be filled at 174 in that range, but there's support right in this area as well, too. I mean, I'm sure there's even more support if I go a little bit deeper to the lower lights or lower time frames, but I was waiting for Microsoft it was very overbought. Wanted to pull back and let it kind of settle and find a little bit of a base. It's now on the weekly, it's still at that level of heavily overbought. So there might be a little bit of a run to the downside a little bit more, but not to a point of like panic, but just it you know, little distribution. Guys will take profits after a seriously a beautiful run, perfect charts, base breakout. Uh, Microsoft is special on the chart side. So let's go back over here, guys. I'm staying with space. I have to keep an eye on that. Now, this baby really had to pull back on the weekly. It's almost a 90-degree angle straight up. Uh, you can't keep that up. So we'll see. It's gonna see if it tests a couple of areas of resistance, and then see if we can continue down. I'm gonna close it out, guys. Let's see what Facebook 211. Forward bounced a little bit. Thing about forward, man, these candles kind of get very, very weird. Like, I mean, perfectly, they stop at the right handles across for periods of time. So it's not something I'm enjoying dealing with. But 165 with Groupon. We got to pull back, but I'm long Groupon again, and that is about it, man. Oh, Boeing is still selling off. Let's see what's going on. No news. So everybody's bouncing. The SPY is bouncing. So we're taking a little breather, and we'll see what happens, guys. So hang in there. I'll follow up with you a little bit later. Plug Power, guys. Brian Dillard was big on Plug Power. It needed a pullback. I still think it needs a little bit of a pullback. It's still overbought, and it might run. There's a lot of momentum, but we can get a sell-off and a settlement period down into that 545, 5 handle, or even a little bit lower. Is worth a run back in, man. Those options were really reasonably priced, and it's a disruptor, and it was in the $4 range, so it's worth a look, man. I mean, I think it's getting some lightweight pub and news. Plug Power partners with Lightning Systems to create fuel cell. It's a new era, man. It's that disruptor. You know, over the next couple of years, it might be something that guys are kind of piling into. So it's worth a little bit of due diligence and research. So, come on, there we go, space. Let's see if you can roll down a little bit further. All right, guys, I will talk with you a little bit later. All right, have a good one.